Okay. So agenda for today's webinar is first we'll talk about the challenges faced by architects and then how Bluebeam would help, and followed by the Q&A session at the end. So first we'll talk about the various challenges that you as an architect must be facing. The first point comes to our mind is how do you manage your documents? How do you organize your documents? So of course, today everyone is almost using the digital drawings or digital documents, but still it is going to be a large set of drawings or revisions. Then also there are lots of changes to be tracked. So that is the first challenge that you always face. Then comes the collaboration and communication related issues. So with you, there are lots of engineers, contractors, structural engineers, and even clients. So you must be getting the lots of communication, and coordinating all that communication is really a challenge. Also, from such communication, how to exactly extract the feedback or the markup across the team, that also is a challenge. Then comes the design review and markups related issues. So generally, even though we have many digital tools, sometimes we even do the manual reviewing of the documents. So which is a slow, or it is prone to errors, or it is generally a linear process. Then markup PDFs with clarity and precision is also difficult with whatever other tools that you are using. There are very basic tools for markups, just like cloud marking or text or arrows. So you don't have much of the markup tools available in other applications. Then project coordination. Everybody needs to have the latest document, but if you're communicating with your team or with your external stakeholders through the means of maybe the emails, it is very difficult to track the latest version of the document. Then managing RFIs, punch lists, submittals, this all requires mostly the hard copies, and it is very uh, chaotic, or lots of documentation is involved while managing these. Then comes the efficiency. So if you're using the normal markups or tools which are offered by other applications, then to create a markup again and again, or even though if it is a similar kind of markup, it is like a repetitive task for you, so which loses your valuable time. And then the manual workflow also slows down your project timeline. And the last one is you require the accuracy and quality control. So accuracy is especially required when you want to do the estimations or the measurements from your drawings or documents. And also you want to ensure the compliance, or you would like to put the bulk processing of the stamping and signature. So all these things are basically the challenges what are faced by the architects community. And for that, what we have is how Bluebeam helps. So Bluebeam is offering us the smart document management. So you can create sets, you can automatically manage revisions, you can create bookmarks and hyperlinks for easy navigation. Then with the help of the studio session, you can collaborate on the real time, and you can share documents, you can track markups and their statuses, you can communicate easily, no matter whether you are situated in one location or different geographical locations. Then you also have the advanced markup tools. You can create your own markups also, like there are custom libraries available. And then efficient drawing comparison is possible with the help of some AI enabled tools like compare documents and overlay pages with automation, or I mean the AI tools are available, then you can also save time and reduce errors in the revision tracking using such efficient drawing comparison. So there is something called as auto align, which we are going to see as a AI feature in the compare documents or overlay pages. Then comes the streamline workflows. So you can create your custom tool sets and profiles for repetitive tasks. So you don't lose time in again and again creating the similar type of the commenting tools. You can also create the PDF reports from these markups or the collaborative session that you have initiated. And then lastly, the measurement and estimation tools. So there are lots of measurement tools for accurate takeoffs. So there are two types of takeoffs generally you do. One is the quantity estimation and the other one is measurements in the form of length, area, perimeter, volume, etc. So the Bluebeam helps in all these aspects to you. So today in this webinar, we are going to cover all these topics, like an actual demonstration will be provided or given to do the managed drawing sets with page labels, compare overlay documents, markup tools, libraries with custom libraries, then how we can do the estimation. Then we will go to the studio session, generate some PDF reports, how to apply stamps and signatures. And there is also integration with one of our applications, that is Graphisoft ArchiCAD. So we will see how does that connection also works, and in the end we'll have some Q&A. So starting with first one is managing drawing sets with page labels. So everybody is aware of the user interface of Bluebeam, and I have opened one drawing which consists of about 63 pages. This is the main cover page having different uh, sheets dedicated to individual discipline like civil, architectural, structural, electrical, mechanical, and plumbing. So you can just browse through different pages or sheets. And now the first thing that we will do is let us see how we can apply the page labels. So when you open any such drawing having lots of sheets, you can see only sheet number or some numbers are mentioned over here. Generally, you may find a page label along with some scale is also there. If you go to thumbnail, so first what we will do is the page label is not correct, or it is not as per the drawing numbers and the title. So first thing is, let us see how we can create the correct page labels, and later on how we can use those page labels for creating sheet sets also. So first one is, you want to I mean, for every sheet there is a drawing number which is mentioned over here, and this is the title of the drawing. So let us create a page label using this page region. So you have to select the first part, which is nothing but your drawing number. So whatever is being captured in the window comes as region 1, space, then dash, and then you capture the another region which is nothing but your title. So in the preview, you can see the page label will be created like this. There will be a drawing number, space, dash, space, and the document title or the drawing title. So once you say OK, and it will be applied to all the pages. Since the drawing number and the title is at the same location for all the pages except for the first page, so it will pick up those information automatically. It may take little time to capture this information, and you can see, let us just turn off the page scale and let's observe in the thumbnails area. You can see everywhere the page label has been put correctly. Sometimes there could be some issues, so only for that particular sheet or those particular sheets we can just rectify the page label. This seems quite okay, except for the first one where only dash has appeared. That is because in this area there was no information of the drawing number and the title. So let's just rename by double clicking onto that dash as G0.01 space dash space, and it's a cover page. So this way you can create the page label, and then once the page labels are created, it is very easy to navigate from your thumbnail. The next thing is, sometimes you require to create the in this case it's a single document or single file is having lots of pages. If you would like to extract the pages as separate files, so you can use this extract pages option. Okay, and you want to extract all the pages, not just one, and it will be extracted pages as separate files and use page label to name file. So the file name will be as per this page label. Okay, and say okay. So now it is asking me where to save these separate pages. So I'm extracting them into some folder, which is nothing but this extract folder which I have created. So now if I open the folder, I can show you how it has appeared. So this was the folder, and this is the folder wherein, or the subfolder wherein all the pages got extracted as different files. So that is how you can create. I can just show you, open one file and show you. So it is, this particular page label is same as the file name. Okay. Now let us see, you want to manage the revision. So for managing the revisions, what you can do is you can create a set. Okay, so you can go to set, create or rather add files to a new set. I can just go to new set first, which is say, and then you can add the file. So whatever just now I have extracted, maybe I can use the same. Say you want to save this particular set as new set.bx file, or you can rename it also. Now it is asking you to provide the page region that will contain the sheet name. So again, the same thing, like from here, we can pick up the title. Now for the first page, it doesn't understand because it is not at the same location. So it is asking me to select the page region which contains the sheet name over here. So I will select this part. Okay. Now it is asking me to select the sheet number. So this is the sheet number. And again over here for the cover page, I can give this as sheet number. So it creates this kind of table, it maps everything. Just say okay to this. Okay. And where do you want to save this? So maybe I can save this over here in the same folder as new set.bex. Bex means Bluebeam set files extension. So you can see there is this set generator. Okay. Now let us, I mean, you can see it got categorized into automatically into different discipline. Now let's try to add the revision. So in the revision one, okay, I'm not going to add all the files so that we can make out. So let me just add this first floor plan south revision one. Okay, it automatically maps. Okay, you can check over here, it is matching. Say okay. So now if you go to this architectural part of the set, you can see there is this arrow which supersedes, which shows you there is a superseded drawing. So you can see the revision 0 got superseded by the revision 1 file. So this is the revision 1 file. And suppose further if I add the revision 2 of this same file, so it is this. Again, it gets properly mapped in this table. You can see the revision 2 number has come over here. It matches. Say okay. And you can now see there are two superseded files. So this was the revision 0. Then this was the revision 1. And this is the latest. So this way you can create the sheet set with latest file. I mean latest revision. So with that, we completed the first part, that is managing drawing sets with page labels. Now we will see the compare and overlay feature. So for this, I will open another file. So I have opened, there are two files, like this is revision 0 and this is revision 1 file. So in under document, you have this compare document and overlay pages. The difference between overlay pages and compare documents is in case of overlay pages, it combines both the revisions or whichever file you want to combine, they will be overlaid on top of each other like a tracing paper on top of each other. So, and then you get the resultant file. And in case of compare documents, the latest revision will have the cloud marking done. So overlay pages can be used even in case like if you are trying to create a combined drawing like with MEP facilities also brought into the main plan of the drawing, or sometimes even like a reflected ceiling plan kind of drawing wherein in the ceiling plan you will show the smoke detectors, the lighting fixtures, the HVAC grills and all those things, so that you would like to check if there is any interference. So overlay pages can be used for revision comparison as well as creating the combined drawings, and compare documents is specifically for highlighting the changes with the help of cloud mark. So first let us see compare pages, overlay pages. So there is, I mean, I will just remove this revision 0 drawing first. First, we will add the revision 0 with whatever color you want to designate. Okay, then we will add the next drawing. Next revision of the drawing, same drawing. It could be in whichever color that you want. And now over here, you can see there is a slight mismatch of the main drawing is there. So that's why it is showing as not, completely unmatched kind of drawing over here. So instead of page align option, you should select auto align, which is an AI feature, which, matches the major portion of your drawing, and it shows you wherever there is a change, it will show you. So you can see in the revision 1, this particular uh, room layout has been detailed out, or there are some changes which happened over here. So once you say OK, it is going to create this kind of drawing. If you want, you can check even side by side. So let me put the revision 0 over here, and let me put revision 1 over here, and then you could have visually seen this. See, there is a change in this area, which is clearly visible, which was pointed out when we did the overlay drawing. And this uh, synchronization between the drawing, like when you are panning here, or when you are zooming in one revision, automatically it zooms over here. That comes in the view when you have tick mark this synchronized document option. So if you remove it, now even if you move it, zoom it, pan it, so the other revision will not be synchronized. So for that, you need to always put this into synchronized document. When you can use the synchronized document switched off is, suppose if you want to check a drawing with reference to some other document or drawing, like specification, data sheet, or anything else you would like to check, or you have the check sheet on this side and you would like to check the drawing. In such cases, you can use that unsynchronized. So this is how you can get the overlay. Now let us try to do the compare documents option. So again, I have my revision 0 and revision 1 document. I can go to this compare document. In the first document A, I'll put the revision 0, and in this, I'll put the revision 1 as a document B. And again, over here, we know that it is going to be an issue with page align. So we can select the auto align over here, and then we can get the differences. So you can see over here, this is the revision 1, which is not there in revision 0, and it is cloud marked also for you. So there are some cloud marks. That is because the boundary also got shifted. So the letters which were there, like a grid number, uh, even they got highlighted. So if you want to delete these additional cloud marks, so you can see those cloud marks are all locked. So you can just unlock them and then you can delete it. Otherwise, you cannot delete. Even if you press delete button, you can't delete it. So this way you can get the cloud marked document. So this helps you a lot when you want to compare multiple revisions of the drawing, or you have lots of documents for revision, for comparing, or you want to cloud mark them. Then the next part that we will see is about the markup tools library and custom libraries. So for this, let me open some drawing. So let's assume that this is your drawing and you would like to do some markups on this drawing. Okay. Now, when you go to this tool chest, you have certain predefined tool set already over here when you install your Bluebeam review. Now, depending upon the profile that you select, this user interface as well as the tools inside the tool chest will keep on changing. So if you select review advanced, you can see this construction symbol got added, or even these design symbols got added, which were not there probably in the earlier profile that we were having. Or suppose if you go to another profile, like say if you are interested in quantity takeoffs, so you can select this profile, and then the tools specific to that particular profile will appear over here. So what if you would like to bring the tool set inside any of this profile relevant to your vertical or your discipline? So for that, Bluebeam is offering you custom library. Okay, so there is this Bluebeam custom library which you can browse. And then under the tool set, you have all these discipline specific tools which you can get as a library. So there is this architecture and landscape also. So what you can do in such cases is, if you would like to have those symbols over here, you have to first download them. So from here, suppose if you would like to have these doors, just click on it. It will download as a zip file, and that zip file contains nothing but a BTX file, which is nothing but Bluebeam tools extension file. So I have already downloaded some relevant tools library over here. Under the architecture and landscape, you have got all these people, landscape, trees, windows, doors, which you can use. So for that, in the review, you can go to review and say go to manage tools, and you can say import. And when you say import, you can import the custom library. So you can select any of this. So let me select maybe the trees and people. So one by one. So let's add trees. So you could see there are trees imported, and then again maybe some people. And once they are available, you can directly use them as the file. And you can, of course, scale them also depending upon uh, the size of that particular tool that you want. And it comes as a markups in your markups list. Okay. So this way you can utilize, I mean, you can import lots of custom libraries are available depending upon your trade. You can import them and put it inside the same profile. Okay. Next, we will talk about the estimation. Okay. So in estimations, I already mentioned that there are two types of estimations that you can do. One is the quantity, wherein the unit of measurement is numbers. So first we will see how we can get the quantities. So first one is there are two types of searches you can do. One is called as textual search. So if you want to search something which is having a textual information, or maybe you want to search something which is having some symbolic representation. So that is called as visual. Okay, so first we will see how to search a text information for the quantity estimation. So let's try to search W14 by 74. Okay, so there are some options over here. Plus, would you like to search this particular textual information from the current document? So there are 11 pages or sheets in this document, or you would like to select only the current page or all open documents, so it can search from all that. But let's take and stick to this current page only and say search. So it tells me there are 8 results found. I can just quickly check them, okay them, put the check mark and apply count measurement to check. So I can select the tick mark for them, and this tick mark, I can change the subject as W14, W14 by 74. So you can see in the markups list also the subject got changed. I can also change the appearance of it. Maybe I can change the color. And similarly, I can also search for another column, W10 by 39. So it tells me there are 19 results found. Again, I can use some tick mark, and I will also change the subject to W10 by 39. This is to segregate the items, as well as you can also create uh, the legend table out of this, a BOM table, which can be put onto this drawing itself. So you have to select both of them and just go to legend and create new legend. And then a legend table can be created, which can be further, the properties of it can be changed. The title can be changed as steel BOQ, and sorry, you can also change the table into, something like this, wherein there are grids. Okay. Now let us see how you can search a object having visual property instead of textual property or attribute. So what you have to do is, in search, you can go to this visual image and get rectangle and select this and search. So all these are nothing but they are kind of AI tools only embedded inside our Bluebeam. So it shows that there are 8 results found. I can select it, and this time instead of maybe tick mark, I can take this particular symbol. I can also change its scale to maybe 50%. I can give them a name as the base plate. And now if I want to add this base plate quantity also inside the same table, all I have to do is just right click, go to legend, and instead of creating a new legend, I can select the still BOQ itself, and then it gets added onto this. You can also create your own tool chest, and let me just create a new, completely new tool chest webinar. You can give any name to this, which will be saved as a BTX file, and it's a blank file. Now what I can do is I can just select any of the markups that I have done, and I can add it over here. So you can see a new symbol I could create from whatever is already been marked onto this drawing. And then this I can add. Suppose if you have missed out some quantity which was not searched, or you would like to add more number of quantities of the same column. So say suppose currently it is only 8 number of counts. If I add 3 more counts, it automatically changes to 11. You don't have to do anything else. All you have to do is just put the count mark on the drawing itself, and automatically the legend table changes You don't have to do anything. You don't have to rewrite this particular legend table again. So this way it helps in quantity estimation. Now let us see how we can do the measurement estimation. I mean the length, area, perimeter, something like that. Okay. So let me take this particular example. So generally every drawing will have a scale mentioned at the bottom. Okay. And the scale over here, it is currently showing the same. But if it is not set, you can just click onto this area where it is mentioned for the scale, and you can select from this preset. Okay. If the preset scale is not there, which is mentioned on the drawing, in such cases, you can also use the calibration. So say for example, there are some dimensions mentioned on the drawing. So from there also you can calibrate this drawing for the appropriate scale. So for that you can just go to custom, say calibrate, and then you have to select exact endpoints or intersection point of that particular dimension. It tells me in this particular PDF, it is 1.167553 inches, equivalent to, we have to put this as 9 feet 4 inches. So then that specific scale is applied to this. Let us try to see, check whether the applied scale is correct or not. So I can just go to the measurements. In that there is length, and I will just select this. It is coming in millimeter. I can just change that to feet and inches. So you can see it has correctly marked this. Once it is made as feet and inches, I will just go to the properties over here and make this as default, so that whatever next dimensions I want to measure will come in feet and inches. So now again, let me go over here. So the calibration done or the scale is correct. Let us try to see even for the vertical dimension. Sorry, my mistake. So even for the vertical dimension, it is correct. If in case, in some cases, the X and Y scale are different. So for that also there is an option in the calibrate, under the scale, there is a separate Y scale. So if you click onto it, you will be able to define for the different Y scale also. Now my scaling is done perfect. It is as per this drawing, and the dimensions are mentioned from grid to grid. So it may be difficult for you to, like measure it with the help of some other tool. But in Bluebeam, you can exactly snap to the endpoints that you have seen already, or some intersection points also you can snap to. And also in any drawing, there is this disable line weight or enable line weight is there. So if you want to pinpoint a specific point, it may be difficult if the line weight are enabled. The line weight generally come along with the drawing from whichever drawing application you are using. So in Bluebeam, it offers you to disable line weight so that you get the sharper endpoints or the intersection point. So now let us try to find out the length and width of this particular cutout. So this way you can do the measurement. Now if you would like to find out the area, so area also it is possible. You just have to click and drag for the rectangular area. Again over here, the area was mentioned in square mm. Let me change this to square feet. So it shows that it is 76.63 square feet. Let me make this again as default for the area. Okay. Now, if you would like to find the area of some rectilinear, but not a rectangular kind of shape. So all you have to do is you just have to go on clicking onto the endpoints. I'm taking some arbitrary points over here. And when you come to the end last point, you just have to double click to get any area. Also, if you have by any chance any curves, instead of a rectilinear, if it is a curvilinear object, you can also convert it into an arc, and with these tangents, you will be able to define the curve. So any segment can be turned into the curve, and with the help of handle you can define some curvilinear areas also. Okay, so this is how you can do the measurement. You should keep a habit of giving proper subject names to this, and then you can even get them into your legend table. So what you can do is you can select multiple quantities, just right click onto them and just give legend, create new legend, and all the areas. See, depending upon what subject you have given, it will segregate. So even in areas also, if you want to have the areas of the cutouts or area of maybe some window or something, so you can just give specific subject and it will segregate. But if you keep the name as cutouts, then it will combine them together and it will give you the combined quantity over here. So in this case, why is it showing 420.17? That is because for this area and this area, the subject is same, that is area measurement. Okay, suppose let me just change this. So you can see it got segregated because this area and this area are now different. The subject is different. All right. So that was about the estimates. You can estimate length, area, perimeter, even the volumes you will be able to do measure accurately. Also, in some cases, I mean, if you want to find out what is the length in another viewport, okay, so currently it is showing you different measurement than what it is actually. That is because the scale for this particular detail is different. So what you have to do is, even for such thing, you have your measurement, mm, and then there is in the measurement, uh, I'm sorry, there is this viewport. So all you have to do is you have to create the viewport. Now for all these details, you can create single viewport because for all of them, the scale is 3 by 8 inches equals to 1 feet. And you can see over here automatically this dimension is now, it is correct now. Okay. But if I move this dimension outside of the viewport, you can see now it is changed. So depending upon the viewport and its scale, you can get the dimensions. Okay. So that was all about the estimation. And now we will go to the collaboration using studio session. So just assume that you want to collaborate with the internal stakeholders, maybe from different disciplines. You want to invite them and ask them to mark up on the same drawing. Maybe your own team of structural engineers or MEP engineers are there within your organization, as well as you want to also uh, uh, invite external collaborators like your client or maybe your main contractor or subcontractor, and ask them to do the markups on the drawing, or whatever markups you have done, you have assigned to a specific subcontractor, whether he has accepted it and whether he has completed that particular issue or that particular changes, then all such statuses can be found collaboratively in studio sessions, for which you have to just go to this studio. Okay, and in studio there is studio projects and studio session. So in case of studio session, you can create a new session. You can provide a name to a session. So I will say webinar, and then I can add the file. So let me just add this markups.pdf file. I can add multiple files also actually, but let me just add only one file. Then which all permissions you want to give to your collaborator, and then the restrict attendees by email address. This is a security feature wherein you want to provide access only to those users who have been invited by the creator of this session. So say suppose I am inviting only my colleague Miss Shweta, so she will receive a notification mail. But if she forwards that notification mail to somebody else from our organization or maybe outside, that person will not get the access to this session and this PDF file. So this should be ticked on as a main security feature. And then you can also define the session expiry date. So generally the IDCs or these EDRs, electronic document review sessions, they always have some expiry date. Otherwise, the collaborators will keep on adding more and more comments and whenever they feel like. So you have to define some expiry date and say okay. So once the session is created, you can see the name is same. There is a unique ID provided to a session. This is the PDF file which is there inside the session, and now it is asking me to invite the other collaborator. So I will add one collaborator. Consider it as external collaborator. So there is this some Gmail ID is there, and I can check and include this email. I can also add a message. And then I can also mark, review this drawing. As well as the external user. External user will also require to add the, create his login credentials into Studio Session. And you can see the same session can be opened through a browser. It is not required to have the desktop version of Bluebeam Review.
Pushkar, can you show me how to estimate the lengths of the columns and beams?
Actually, we had done a different webinar already in which this estimations is done. So you can refer to our earlier webinar for the estimation. And
Okay,
you
thank
can
you.
also connect to me offline. And if you have any difficulties, I can definitely demonstrate the same.
Yeah.
So you can see over here now
Thank you.
this particular comment is by the external user. So you can see both internal as well as external. So every user will be able to see the comments marked by other users. So this way you can collaborate, and once all the comments are gathered, the creator can finish this session, and while finishing this session, he can create a session report with, I mean, it could be of record summary type or PDF package report or combined files report, which looks something like this. So this is the first report wherein only the record summary will be there. So you can see it's only the record summary which gets recorded here. The other type is there is this PDF package. So you get the record summary, and you get all your marked up documents inside a folder as separate. And the third type is the combined file, which looks something like this. So there is this record summary is there, and then all your drawings are there as a single PDF file. So this way you can have the uh, sessions and its report. Then I will just lastly show you how you can do the stamping and signature. So maybe you have this particular one file having multiple pages, and you are requested to, stamp and sign all this set. So you can just go to this batch and say sign and seal all pages, or you want to put, I mean, custom ranges. So maybe I'll put from 2 to 63. That is because first page is cover page, and maybe I want to change or put different stamp and signature, and then say OK. So then you get this digital signature. So whatever signature you have created, that you can put, and along with a stamp or the seal. So you can select from these already defined, predefined seals are there, or you could import also another stamp if you have created. So let me take this one, and then can you see it has appeared over here? So this is that approved stamp. So wherever I want, actually, I can just put it over there. This is my digital signature, and this is the stamp. I can size it, resize it, all those things I can do, and say OK. So it will be applied to all the pages. So you can see it's applied on all the pages. I can just go to different picture. It will be applied to all the pages at the same location. So this way you can even do the stamping and signature. And the last part, I want to just quickly show you one small video. Are you able to hear the sound?
No, no, Pushkar.
No, wait. Yeah, sorry. So this
The
is about
ArchiCAD
the
and Bluebeam connection.
connections with other applications. I mean, it is an integration with other
ArchiCAD's
applications.
Bluebeam connection provides direct access to the features that are most commonly used during the design review process. Architects can design and build up the project in ArchiCAD. Once they're prepared, you can save the designed files as PDFs, using the Publisher feature to publish the design files in PDF format. Once they're saved, you can export the design files to external teams, such as engineers, contractors, and other stakeholders, for them to mark up their comments in Bluebeam Review. That's how the architect and design teams can easily share files with external stakeholders. These same files can be opened in Bluebeam Review, and each team can mark up the documents in real time. Each discipline can use their own unique tool chest icons and colors pre-prepared, so it's easy to decipher between different stakeholders' comments. All partner teams can collaborate and mark up their changes on the same documents in Studio at the same time. After the markups are placed on the drawings, each markup can be accurately tracked in the markups list, where it's easy to see all comments and identify who made each markup and when. After all the comments have been made, the marked up PDF should be saved and sent back to the designers. Thanks to the bidirectional import Bluebeam connection, all markups created in Review will be imported as ArchiCAD issues and will be positioned accurately, appearing in the same location on the design layouts without the need for further manual inputs. Once they're imported, you can see all the issues or markups in the same place as they were in Review. Under the markups list, you can see comments from all the project stakeholders, highlighted in different colors per discipline. From there, you can set different priorities for project owners. It's easy to communicate among project stakeholders. Their changes can be integrated easily into ArchiCAD, and you can prepare the new revision of the drawings based on the team's comments. After the changes have been done, the architect can refresh and republish the drawings. All the stakeholders can receive the new drawings in Review using Studio. They will be notified by email that the new designs are ready. The ArchiCAD and Bluebeam Review Design Review tool significantly improves communication between architects, engineers, and other project stakeholders by providing a seamless connection to Bluebeam's popular reviewing workflows.
So that is how you can have the interconnection between the main authoring tool as well as the Bluebeam. You can make use of Studio Session. So with this, we come to an end of this particular webinar.